This is The Product Show on Untethered.tv.
Hello, everybody, and you have found The Product Show on Untethered.tv. My name is Rob Woodbridge. I'm joined, as usual, by Ian Klassen in sunny San Francisco. Ian, welcome back.
Thanks, Rob. How you doing?
I always assume that it's sunny in San Francisco because it's not here, and it has to be sunny somewhere, right?
Well, you're correct. It is sunny.
It's sunny San Francisco. All right, we are going to take a look at some of these products. One of the great things about that I get to do in this is I get to understand the product cycle and the emerging products that are coming out of San Francisco or the Bay Area or the West Coast, and we get to marry this with some of the things that are going on, and it just happens to be American Thanksgiving right around the corner, and you have got some amazing companies that are emerging to help people actually deal with Thanksgiving without cooking a turkey.
Well, funny enough, Rob, I think a lot of people don't know there is a Canadian Thanksgiving.
Exactly. There is, and it's past.
Yes,
it's too late for us for this show.
That's right, yeah. So for I think the majority of your listeners are American, and here Thanksgiving is a huge deal, just like it is in Canada. But in the U.S., Thanksgiving is a very, very big deal. It's time for families to get together, big travel date, a holiday that everybody gets off, which is kind of nice because there's other holidays that we just don't get off. Like Remembrance Day, I was working.
Right. Yep. Same up here.
Yeah. So Thanksgiving, huge thing. There's two things that I think are really interesting. One is Drop. Drop is a company. I don't really know. I don't know where they're out of. They had a big Kickstarter campaign. I actually ordered one myself. And what Drop is like it's gonna make cooking fun. It's like the connected kitchen that really, I mean, if you just think about it, the kitchen in the last little while, it's not very connected at all. Like you put stuff in a blender and you pour it into a pan and you cook it, and that's about it. There's not too much in the way of technology going on here. But Drop is gonna change that. Now, what they did was they made an iPad app and a scale. So as you put ingredients into the scale, the iPad app actually does stuff to show that you're fulfilling the recipe. Now, if you're actually short ingredients, like sugar or flour or what have you, it will readjust all the other ingredients to fit what you actually do have. Now, the cool thing about it is that there is an iPad app that's really neat, very graphical, but there's also an iPhone app, so that you can put something into the stove. There's a timer on it, and then it'll just like tell you when it's done. Now, when it's done, you can take your phone out, you can take a picture of it, and socially share to a whole bunch of friends. Very, very fun thing. I'm actually looking forward to getting it next week.
And this was so this is actually shipping now?
It is shipping, yeah. It's commercially available on their site, and the Kickstarter people like myself will be getting it next week.
Oh my goodness! I see. This is that I could get my hand in because I never have the amount of ingredients. In fact, most nights I don't. Now, will it tell you what to cook? Can you not just pour a whole bunch of stuff into a bowl and did you say, okay, now this is what you're going to make?
No.
That to me would be the best product.
It's very graphical, though. I mean, it just tells you, it shows you what you can make, and I think if you just look at the imagination that can go into cooking. Now, of course, I mean, if you just think about like Amazon Fresh and Safeway delivery, so you're thinking, hey, what do I want to make? I can just like tell whatever Drop that I want to make something, and let's say Amazon Fresh or Safeway can deliver it that day. You can put it into your bowl, cook it, socially share it. Fun times, and it doesn't have to be such an onerous cooking experience that I think a lot of people have and associate with cooking, which is why a lot of people just don't do it. Funding is coming from our friends at Vegas Tech Fund. They got 3.6 over 3 rounds, and they just did 1.5 in October. So really exciting to see them getting the funds, especially from our friends at Vegas Tech Fund supporting this, and let's see where it goes.
All right, so speaking of people who don't want to cook, the second product that you're looking at actually enables that. People who don't want to cook.
Yeah, so the second thing is Munchery. And Munchery, here in Silicon Valley, and just like I'm sure a lot of other places, but especially here in Silicon Valley, people work all the time. Having a day off is like one of those rarities that you tend to enjoy very much. So people do work a lot. We tend to commute quite a bit. And we just don't have a lot of time, especially in Silicon Valley. Just don't have a lot of time, as I'm sure people do in LA and San Francisco and all these other major metropolitan centers. Cooking is a bit of a chore. Let's say you do a 12, 16-hour day at work, and you come home. Do you really want to sit there and cook, spend a couple hours cooking? Probably not. I mean, it's one of those things that is not a joy to do. So what do? You get a pizza. That's not very healthy, is it? You go to KFC, or you eat some leftovers, or you just cook whatever is convenient. And that's just not great. So Munchery came up with this idea where they could actually have a bunch of chefs, and the chefs can actually make your food and then deliver it the same day. So you can either do two things. You can say, hey, look, I'm going to have a really busy day on Tuesday next week, so I'm going to have some Munchery come and deliver me some food. Or it could be like 3 p.m. that day, and you can say, look, my day is just going nuts. I don't think I'm going to be able to have time to cook. And then you can sit there and pull out your app, the Munchery app, order what you want, healthy, sustainable food made by chefs, organic food, great for your family, and I'll have it delivered to your doorstep by 6 p.m. You put it into the stove for a couple of minutes, and boom, it's done.
You can order pretty much anything from anywhere at any restaurant, and they'll deliver these days. But this seems to be not only good, great food, sustainable food, healthy food, but also it's not expensive.
No, it's like around $10 on average per dish.
That's incredible. And these guys are based right now, San Francisco, and also they do this in Seattle. They just launched in Seattle?
Just launched in Seattle, yeah. So they just did a $40 million over 6 rounds, just did a $20 million B round in April. Sherpa Ventures is who's backing them. They're doing Seattle and San Francisco, and we'll see where they go from there. I'm sure this is a great idea, and I think this is the type of idea that can really hit a home run in many urban centers. Now, how's this tying to Thanksgiving? Well, Munchery will actually make your Thanksgiving turkey for you, so you don't even have to do that if you don't want to, and that could be a good thing because, look, cooking for a bunch of people is stressful. So why have the stress? Why not just have the cooks, the chefs at Munchery do it and deliver it to your door?
Unbelievable. So check these two companies out, GetDrop.com and Munchery.com. GetDrop.com and Munchery.com. I'm hungry. Thanks, Ian. We'll talk soon.
Happy Thanksgiving.